Hey everyone, Lewis aka Spider-Man 1991 here, and the trailer for Marvel's Avengers Infinity War has finally been released. It was released this Wednesday at 9 a.m. I decided to film my reaction to watching the trailer for the first time. I filmed it right when the trailer was posted. Side note, I don't know how to edit picture-in-picture, so you will still hear the audio from the trailer, but you won't actually see anything, unfortunately. Also, all audio is owned by Marvel Studios, Disney, all that jazz. I own nothing. And, well, without further ado, here's my reaction. As you can see, I got my laptop here with the trailer loaded up. So, let's get started with the trailer reaction. Okay.
There was an idea.
Okay, Tony's worried.
To bring together a group of remarkable people.
Oh, Banner's meeting Doctor Strange and Wong.
To see if we could become something more.
Vision and Scar. Oh, Vision's human.
So when they needed us.
Well, the humanish.
Like
and Hawkeye's looking at it.
That they never could.
Okay, so far everyone's just recapping Fury's speech, so that's not ominous. Okay, let's see. There are the titles. Okay.
Like to lose.
Okay.
To feel so desperately is right.
Oh, Tom Holland fans. Oh, Spider Sense. He's getting this. Tom Holland's hair went up. That probably means the Spider Sense. It's so cool. And yeah.
Run from it.
Loki has the Tesseract. Okay, yeah, that's probably from last. Okay, here's Thanos. Oh man, he looks. Oh yes, the Iron Spider suit. Oh, Thor. Black Panther, and here he is, here's Captain America. So he's got the Hulkbuster. Oh, this good. Yes! Oh, they're fighting. This is Spider-Man. Ah. Vision! Oh no!
But this does put a smile on my face.
He's got the. Ooh, he's got purple and blue now. Oh, we're soldiers with the army of Wakanda. This is good. Oh, fucking. Here, Captain America's leading the charge. Yes. Okay, here comes the title. Last shot is Thor beating the Guardians of the Galaxy. Oh, man. Okay, that was an awesome trailer. So much. Many characters are meeting each other for the first time. Oh, man. This is going to be good. I'm so excited for this movie. Well, that was it for my that was my first time watching the Infinity War trailer. It was pretty awesome. Now I just want to talk about a few things that I noticed in the trailer and break down some stuff. So here we go. Alright, so the trailer pretty much opens up with Nick Fury's pep talk from the first Avengers movie. However, Fury only says the beginning of it, then a line is said by other past members of the Avengers. I think this dialogue might come from maybe towards the end of the movie, where we have all of the different Avengers like coming together at last. And I mean everyone, not just... Because I think right now for the movie we're going to be following like 3 groups, and I'll get into that later. But I think the dialogue where we have Fury's speech repeated is most likely towards the end of this film, which will lead into the 4th film. Alright, and the next thing, and then of course we got some cool shots of Tony Stark finding Bruce Banner and teaming up with Doctor Strange and Wong. That looks great. I can't wait to see those 3 together. Also, Peter Parker's arm hair. Also, we got a shot of Peter Parker on a school bus when suddenly the hair on his arm starts standing up, and then he notices Thanos' Stargate, and that's obviously Spider-Man's Spider Sense. And I just loved how they set that up. It was so brilliant. It looks very much different from the way we've seen the Spider Sense portrayed in the live-action movies before. It wasn't this power wasn't shown in Homecoming, and Kevin Feige actually stated that we would actually see the spider sense starting in this movie, and that is great. I love it. We also got a shot of Loki holding the Tesseract, which was last seen in Thor Ragnarok when Loki had to go into the armory to put Surtur's crown into the Eternal Flame in order to kickstart Ragnarok. Now we see Loki holding the Tesseract up as he's walking through what looks like a dozen dead Asgardians. And it's most likely that Loki is probably offering the Tesseract to Thanos as part of a deal. Now, we don't know what this deal is. Maybe it's to protect the remaining Asgardians, or maybe Loki's just trying to save his own skin, but that is probably the most likely situation. Then we get a shot of Thanos coming through the Stargate, and I don't know what it's called. I'm just calling it a Stargate because of that one movie. Anyways, we see Thanos in this movie, and he is not wearing his iconic armor that we've seen him in the comics, or that we've seen him before when he's just sitting on a space chair. And I gotta say, it's a little odd seeing Thanos without the helmet on or any of his armor. It feels a little weird, but the Russo brothers have stated that Thanos' journey to collect the Infinity Stones is something of a spiritual journey for him, and that's why he's worn the armor a lot in space, is because he was in that role of like a warlord. But now for his quest to get the Infinity Stones, he's much more trimmed down. I think that once he does get all 6 stones and the gauntlet is fully assembled, that's when we're finally going to see Thanos in his full armor, probably in the sequel to this. Also, we finally got to see the Iron Spider suit in action. Now, when I first saw it in Homecoming, I was a bit apprehensive about it, but seeing the suit in action in this movie was awesome. It looks so good. It's way better to see that suit in action rather than just on a display case at the end of the movie. But it looks like Spider-Man's new suit has a bunch of cool features, and I can't wait to see it. Then we cut to Black Panther saying, "Get this man his shield," and right then we get the reveal of the bearded Steve Rogers. Now, Rogers will not be using his Captain America alias, as the Russo brothers have explained that him dropping the shield at the end of Civil War pretty much means he's done with that identity. Some rumors are suggesting that Rogers will be using Nomad as his codename, which was an identity he used in the Silver Age after banning the Captain America identity for a brief time. Also, nowhere in this, despite T'Challa saying get Rogers his shield, we do not see him using an actual shield at all during the whole trailer. This could mean, but towards the end when we see him leading the charge with the Wakandan army, we do see some heavier gauntlets Cap's wearing. This could imply that maybe Steve now has instead of a physical shield, he has something of an energy shield, which similar to the one that Captain America used in the comics that would come out of his gauntlets, or similar to what Phil Coulson has in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. The moment in the trailer that really had me nervous was when we see Vision getting the Mind Stone like ripped out of his head by, presumably, if you go back and freeze frame it, and if you're judging by the boots, it is most likely that Vision is being attacked by Proxima Midnight and Corvus Glaive, 2 of the members of Thanos' Black Order. Then we cut to Thanos putting the blue Infinity Stone, which is space, onto his gauntlet right next to where the purple Power Stone is. So again, Thanos getting the blue stone. That obviously goes back to what I said earlier about Loki offering the Tesseract. And Thanos already having the purple Power Stone means that before coming to Earth, he paid a little visit to Xandar, which was where the Guardians of the Galaxy left the Power Stone after the events of their first movie. And then of course, right towards the end, and we get a really awesome shot of Steve Rogers leading the Avengers, Black Panther, Hulk, War Machine, Black Widow, Winter Soldier, and the entire Wakandan army into a charge against Thanos' forces. Then we get a shot of the Avengers logo with the classic theme played, which was brilliant, a very strong ending. And then the last thing we see right after that is Thor meeting the Guardians of the Galaxy. Alright, and last thing I want to talk about for this trailer. Now, this trailer was different from the one they showed at D23 because apparently in the D23 trailer, Thor had both eyes. And if you saw Thor Ragnarok, then you know that, spoiler alert, Thor lost an eye. And of course, when we finally get a good shot at Thor's face in this trailer, he's got one eye when he's meeting the Guardians. Now, Thor meeting the Guardians, I think this probably comes back to the post-credit scene we saw in Thor Ragnarok, where Thor and Loki are on their ship and they say, you know, I bet now it's going to be smooth sailing. Then we see Thanos' ship right behind them. That obviously is what leads Thor, Loki, and the Hulk into the events of Infinity War. Now, somehow this attack will probably lead to Banner going back to Earth, Loki apparently being with the rest of the Asgardians, and Thor somehow being flown into space and running into the Guardians of the Galaxy. Alright, now, based on what I've seen in this trailer, I think we've got three main groups of heroes for the Infinity War movie. First off, I believe in New York City, Iron Man, Doctor Strange, Wong, and Spider-Man will be defending the city itself from Thanos. And the reason Thanos is in New York City is because he's after Doctor Strange's Eye of Agamotto, which contains the Time Stone and also possibly Vision's Mind Stone. It's most likely Vision would be with Iron Man and Spider-Man, since technically the only official Avengers left post-Civil War are Iron Man, War Machine, and Vision. And of course Spider-Man. I mean, he's probably a reserve member given the events of Homecoming. But also in Wakanda we have Steve Rogers' Secret Avengers, which pretty much consists of the team he led during Civil War. Also we have Bruce Banner joining them, and several shots of the trailer showed Banner in Wakanda. We also saw him working on what looks like one of the gauntlets for the Hulkbuster armor. Then we see someone piloting the Hulkbuster, but they aren't exactly doing a good job, which means that the person in the armor isn't Tony Stark. It's most likely Banner. And of course that explains why at the end of the trailer, when we have Steve leading his army, we see the Hulk there too. And also, the other question is, why would Thanos' forces be attacking Wakanda? Most likely Wakanda could be the final resting place for the final Infinity Stone, the Soul Stone. Now this is all right now this is probably all speculation. We have to wait for the Black Panther movie in order to confirm that there is an Infinity Stone in Wakanda. We just don't know it. And Black Panther is the only movie left before Infinity War. So if we get any indication about the Soul, so if there's any place that would indicate the location of the Soul Stone, which is the only Infinity Stone we haven't seen in the MCU at all, it would most likely be in Black Panther. Otherwise, if it's not in if we don't hear about it in the Black Panther movie, then we'll be moving on to, then the Soul Stone will most likely be revealed either at the end of this movie, at the end of Infinity War, or in Infinity War sequel. Now, Thor, meaning the Guardians of the Galaxy. Like I said, this is probably probably what happened right after Thanos' ship approached the surviving Asgardian ship at the end of in the post-credits scene of Thor Ragnarok. Also, what could Thor and the Guardians of the Galaxy be doing? Well, for one thing, they could be making their way back to Earth. Obviously, maybe Thor heard that Thanos was going to attack Earth next, or he knows that they're going to be after the Infinity Stones. And the Guardians know what the Infinity Stones are, so they know it's bad news. They're all going to head to Earth. Or another possibility is they're going to track down the Collector. Because even though we know the red reality stone was also known as the Ether in Thor the Dark World, we haven't seen it since Lady Sif and Volstagg dropped it off at the Collector in the post-credits scene for Dark World. And in Guardians of the Galaxy, the Collector's stronghold was destroyed, and even though the Guardians took the Power Stone with them, the red Infinity Stone is currently MIA. So we don't know where that stone is or what the Collector did with it. Most likely, Collector hid it in some other compound or something to keep it safe. So now Thor and the Guardians are going to go find the Collector and get the stone back so that they can keep it safe, so Thanos can't get it, or at least guard it from Thanos. And that's everything I have for the first trailer for Infinity War. Man, I cannot believe I did this entire video just for one trailer. So yeah, thank you again for watching. Remember to stay subscribed and notified for future videos I make. Also follow me on my social media. What do you guys think of the Infinity War trailer? Comment below. I'm Spider-Man 1991 saying see you later.